After Game of Thrones, Minecraft and The Walking Dead, Telltale Games has released the first of 5 episodes of its new game, Batman: The Telltale Series. Entitled Realm of Shadows, it has you playing as both Bruce Wayne and Batman in a modern interpretation of the comic book hero based on the works of Bill Finger and Bob Kane. If you've played Telltale's previous games, you'll immediately find the gameplay familiar. If not, here's what you need to know. You need to press buttons at the right time as they're highlighted on the screen to fend off bad guys in combat. You make decisions which influence those around you, and you explore areas to piece together a mystery or two, all while soaking up the atmospheric premise and attention-grabbing storyline. This time around, Telltale is trying to avoid the monotony with some additional features. Borrowing from the Arkham series of games, you'll piece together elements from the scene of the crime as Batman and come up with an explanation of why it happened. For most part, this help keeps things fresh, and we hope there are more such elements in upcoming episodes. As Batman, you can plan your attack, giving you the ability to decide which goons to attack before laying into them in a flurry of fists and broken bones, peppered with the aforementioned button pressing. While Telltale's attempt at improving the Cape Crusader sections of the game are laudable, it's when you're playing as Bruce Wayne that the game really shines. You'll socialize with politicians, journalists, and mobsters alike, all while reconnecting with old friends. Without spoiling much, these sections aren't fraught with as much action, but they shed light on Wayne's psyche and his relationships with Gotham's many characters. It's here that the game's plot comes into its own, complementing the somewhat brutal nature of the action when you're Batman with quiet, effortless storytelling that steals the show. However, it isn't without its faults. The overarching narrative does get predictable since you very well know how certain things will pan out in Gotham, especially when they involve the likes of Harvey Dent, Arkham, and Oswald Cobblepot. Sure, there is an element of choice with crucial decisions left in your hands, but considering Telltale's track record is rather mixed in this department, how it evolves remains to be seen. And then there's crowdplay. This is an attempt at turning the adventure genre into a social multiplayer experience. Enabling it in the game settings allows you to share a code and URL with friends who can make the dialogue and action choices for you. It's an interesting concept, borrowing from live streamers who popularized the idea of having their audiences vote on their actions, and does its part to liven up the proceedings. There are a few nagging concerns about the game's presentation. In terms of visuals, it sports a cel-shaded graphic novel-inspired look that has defined Telltale's games over the years. Although there's nothing wrong with this and it suits the source material, there's an annoying amount of slowdown. Be it in simple conversations or in the thick of action, the sluggishness is prevalent and annoying. It isn't as bad as Batman Arkham Knight was, but you'd think that Telltale would have been a bit more careful, what with this being a complaint with its games since the first episode of The Walking Dead back in 2012. It doesn't help matters that subtitles are missing in certain sections as well. Telltale's tech issues seem to be chronic and are borderline intolerable. As it stands, Batman: The Telltale Series is off to a strong start. It promises a contemporary retelling of an iconic pop culture story while shedding light on Batman's life outside the cowl. Whether it lives up to its promise remains to be seen, with all too familiar technical concerns marring an otherwise solid experience. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Gadgets360.